Yes, people, we're back with another episode with Podcast with Ghazi. We're with the one, the only Dotzz. How you doing, my brother?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How you doing?
Alhamdulillah, what about yourself?
Alhamdulillah, man. Just for the viewers watching, can we get like a little introduction of this about yourself, like how you started up on social media and stuff like that, and what made you want to, go into becoming a content creator and stuff like that.
It is. First, I started off on TikTok, like obviously posting, like slideshows and that, whatnot, but same old. And then I saw TikTok live and one of the boys introduced it to me. Well, let me hop on it. Obviously, hopped on TikTok live now, and the algorithm from there just grew. Obviously, I built a name for myself on the TikTok live side of TikTok, and obviously like with TikTok live as well, the money is very good as well, alhamdulillah. And people don't see that from the outside, so it's a thing where I just stuck on TikTok live. Didn't bother about content because content don't pay until after 10K anyway. So for me, it was a bit pointless. But TikTok live until whenever.
Yeah, and I've seen you live all the time. You do these they have battles where you versus
Yeah.
someone. You're always winning them as well. Now, obviously, ranking wise stuff like that. I know there's different ranks in TikTok Live. I don't go TikTok Live myself, but is there any advice you'd give to someone that wants to start off on TikTok Live or anything like that?
It is. It's just I put on a couple of the boys on it who onto TikTok live, and it's just like they're putting. Some of them are putting endless hours, and they've saw like progress and like good outcomes out of it, and I just tell them to keep going. Obviously, catch up with them about how it's going and whatnot. And obviously, they understand like when they need advice about it, they'll come to me. I'll help them out. And then if they listen to what I say, 9 times out of 10, the outcome's always good, and it's good for them as well. And
Yeah. So would you say that consistency is key?
consistency is key for everything. Like if you're not consistent in anything that you want to do, then there's no point doing it at all. And
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Now, slowly moving away, obviously, you started building up your social media platform and stuff like that, and then you went into the influencer boxing world, and you had your debut with Asan 90p. And thingy, what was the build up to that fight like? And talk to us a little bit about it.
I took the fight. I didn't take it serious to begin with. I thought it was like, oh, just a little joke thing, whatnot. Then obviously when media day came, that's when I was like, oh hey, this is raw. And so media day came, and then I finally like started training here and there. I wasn't training at all. I'll be honest with you. Like people could sit there and say yes, you was. I wasn't training at all. I just went gym, record 2 videos, and then came home. But that was more or less. I was just the mindset going in there and just hope I win on it. But obviously, it's not the right mindset to have if you're going in on your debut.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And how do you feel about the outcome of the fight versus you versus 90p?
I'm actually proud. I'm actually happy that I lost. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say I lost. Because put it this way, in boxing, in order to say there's a winner, you need to finish all the rounds, unless someone gets TKO'd or knocked out or disqualified. So, for example, people could say I got disqualified, but I got hit in the back of my head continuously. If you watch the fight back, first round at the end, I got hit in the back of my head. And also in the first round, 9P obviously tripped me over after like his jiu-jitsu. Wallahi, 9P, I would smoke you in jiu-jitsu, yeah. But the referee just gave him a warning, kept giving him warnings, man. So it was a bit pointless. And then round 3 came, obviously, and hit me in the back of the head again. And obviously, whatever happened, like nothing was planned.
Could you go into a bit more detail if you feel comfortable? Like, I remember I watched it live myself. I'm not sure if my brother did, but your corner team jumped in, and we noticed this is after like the 5th or 6th time you've been hit in the back of the head. Were they like really angry about it and stuff like that because the referee wasn't doing anything about it?
That's the main reason why they jumped in. Like John Lewis, the referee, he's a big timer referee. Like for example, one fight he's refereed in is Slim versus Gibb. And obviously in that fight as well, there's a lot of back of the head striking as well. And as you can see, the referee just kept giving the opponent who like I think it was Slim was getting hit in the back of the head. Just kept giving Gibb more chances, warnings, which is not fair. At least deduct a point or something like that. So my corner team jumped in because they weren't gonna have it. Because getting struck at the back of the head with 14-ounce gloves is still a big thing. Like you don't know what could happen a week or 2 later. So it wasn't gonna happen because if the rest of the fight went to play, you don't know. I could have TKO'd him, knocked him out. You don't know. But it's a thing where anything could have happened. And imagine the fight did carry on and kept him in the back of the head, and then
exactly. So. Yeah, 100%. It's about your well-being as well in that ring. Now I noticed one thing that happened to the build-up of the fight. There was there was a 90p, and there was Billy Godwick sat on the table, same table as you as 90p. how do you, or if not, where do you see Billy Godwick on that table?
Where would I rank him?
Where would you rank him? Yeah, in
At the
terms
bottom.
at the bottom. Why is that?
Because he's not a fighter. He's a fake fighter. He doesn't sell no tickets. He doesn't get no views for the build up, and he's a bum. Like how you okay, cool. He's got dog in him. I give it him. But if you have dog and you don't have the technique, the power, the speed, then what's the point of having the dog? Like it doesn't make no sense with him. Like he's saying on the internet, oh, Dotzz is shook to fight me. But it's a thing where why am I gonna fight someone with no fame?
Yeah.
Why like I'm like sponsorships make it make sense. If I fight someone with followers and fame, I'm still getting paid the same as my sponsorships and whatnot, selling tickets, whatnot. But people want to see more interesting fight. Even people might think me and Billy is an interesting fight, but it's a thing where, bro, is it benefiting me or is it benefiting him?
It'll benefit him, yeah.
There you go.
100%. So you'd put him at the bottom in terms of like you, Natty P, and Godwick. He'd be at the bottom himself.
100%.
100%. Okay. Now might seem a bit personal towards you. What are some of your strengths that you'd say this could be in boxing or overall life or anything like that? And what are some of your weaknesses as well?
You know, with me, you know, if I want to do something, like I'm determined to do it, I'll stick to it. I'll put 100% into it. But if I don't want to do something and I don't feel like doing it, I won't do it at all. Like I put 0% into it. The weakness is, if I told you that'd be a disadvantage in it for everyone watching, so I can't really say all of that now. But yeah.
Okay, I get what you mean. And now I just want to talk about your relationship with obviously the promotion, TV promotions, and the promoter himself. Some have bad negative negative relationship with him. Some have a positive relationship with him. Now, when I spoke to you a couple of nights ago on Instagram, I hope you don't mind me saying this. Obviously, you had a good relationship with him. You said there's nothing but love between you guys, stuff like that. So, what is your for the viewers watching? What's your relationship like with TV promotion?
It's a very good brother, and people have different opinions on him. But me personally, the experience I've had with him is different for what other people are saying. Like for people on the internet, for example, they're saying stuff about him, but they've never met him. But that's their opinion at the end of the day. Everyone's entitled to that. With me personally, I've met him on social media beforehand, met him in person. He looked after me, literally done everything in the best quality he could, and he looked after me. Still is looking after me. Still making sure I'm training for my next fight, making sure I'm in shape, make sure I'm ready, making sure like everything's set and ready for me. Like he's not, I wouldn't say he's prioritizing me, but he's making sure I'm on the right track because he knows how much potential I have, which everyone else can admit. I do have potential to be the face of something, and that's not a lie because check the numbers I do. It's not a lie. So it's a thing where he's making sure I'm on track and like looking after me properly and that.
So he pushes you like to work really hard, pretty much.
Exactly.
To your hardest
He
self.
doesn't let me slack.
Well, that's really good. That's really good. Obviously, just Ramadan just passed us. Just left. How was your Ramadan? Just before we move on to the next question.
Alhamdulillah, it was okay. Like Ramadan's Ramadan. It's not the same how it was in it, but
yeah.
Ramadan's Ramadan. Keep your fasts, pray, tarawih, whatnot. Same old. And obviously, wasn't training in Ramadan because fights not next announced, but obviously, still keeping in fitness here and there. But that's really it.
Yeah. And obviously, with Ramadan just passing by and stuff like that, how important is your Deen in your life right now at the minute, or has it improved over the last couple of months, or how important is Deen in your life?
You know what? I would say since I'm not gonna say names on it, but since me and certain people in my life, my Deen has uplifted more. Obviously, some days it can be high, some days it can be low, but Deen to me is important because like obviously it's a fact. Without Allah, you really can't do nothing. Like you can think you can, but it's a thing where like deep down in your heart, you know you can't do nothing without Allah, like beside you or have Him. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if like for example, if I'm going to fight for my next card and I'm not praying, like 9 times out of 10 I'm not gonna win that fight because I don't have like the willpower and the power from Allah, like the most merciful. So it doesn't really make sense in my mind. But Deen is very important for me.
Yeah.
Like, some days my Deen might be low, but my Deen might be like my Iman might be high and whatnot. But it's a thing where I know it's like I know it's there. Like I know I have to do this. I know I have to do that. And obviously, the devil distract me sometimes and whatnot. But it's a thing where Deen is 100% important in my life. 100%, no doubt.
And is there any advice that you could give to those who are seeking to get close to Allah and stuff like that, especially because we have that issue right now in our community or amongst our own people where Ramadan comes and their deen and their iman is heightened, and then Ramadan leaves, and then the iman and deen slowly go back to the way it was and stuff like that. Is there any advice you would give for people to maintain the way their actions that they did in Ramadan to carry on?
Yeah, one thing I would say is, when like you're not praying as much, and then when you're like want to pray, you get straight into praying. How I see it is, in order, if people have like questions or anything, go do research about what's making you feel a type of way for like why you feeling this way. Do your research on it and then come back and then try and improve on why. Does that make sense? Like, it's a thing where in order to like get closer to your deen, you have to have the answers why your questions, like you have to have the answers to your questions. Does that make sense? So do your research, ask a sheikh, ask someone who's knowledgeable, go down to your local masjid, anything. Just ask questions. Don't be shy to ask questions, because no one in this world can really judge only by what's apparent. And Allah is the only one who's going to be testing us in this world and the world after, and judging us on the day of judgment. So don't be shy to ask questions, because no one should really be judging, and just try to uplift your deen as much as you can.
I mean. Podcast with Ghazi, Dotzz. Respect.